Rick Joyner is a fundamentalist Christian who has a message for us about heaven. Let's listen.
We're going to heaven. All of us. If you are a true seeker of God, you're going to heaven really soon. I'm not talking about dying to go to heaven. I'm talking about we're going to start experiencing heaven like never before. Now, I had a prophetic dream this week. I spent 8 hours in heaven. It was, I've had a number of experiences like this. I've had encounters where I got drawn up and, when I was awake, all of a sudden I'm in the heavenly realm. I'm in heaven. I've been in the throne room a number of times. I've been in different dreams. I've had experiences like this, but never anything like I experienced this past week. It was on a whole new level, and the Lord gave me the key. He gave me the key to eternal joy. He showed me that every one of his people have this key.
So, sorry, atheists, you're fucked. See, the thing about comments like this, the thought process like this, which we're witnessing, it masks itself in this virtuosity, like, oh, Christians, you don't understand, you're so great, you're going to get into heaven, we all have the key. But it's actually more exclusive than inclusive, because what he's really saying is, atheists, you're fucked, people of other religions, you're fucked, we are the anointed ones, we are the special ones, we are the chosen ones, and we actually believe that. This goes back to a point that Sam Harris makes all the time, and he's right to make this point, that the most sane religious people are the people who blow off their religion the most and who adopt more secular ideas and liberal ideas. When you actually go by the letter of the Bible or the letter of any religious text, it's the most crazy. And here's a perfect example here where he's like, yeah, what do you mean? Of course, the Christians are going to get in heaven. Nobody else is going to get into heaven. And they actively root for Armageddon. In this clip, he also goes on to talk about ISIS and Ebola, and he talks about it from this calming perspective. Like, don't worry, guys, the world is going to shit, but you're going to be okay because you're special. So it's almost like this weird lusting for everything to go to hell for everybody else and for pain and suffering to happen for everybody else, but not for them. It's the same way that they look at the Israel-Palestine situation. The more Israel kills innocent Palestinians, the happier they are, because in the minds of these fundamentalist Christians, all of the land is supposed to be Israel according to the Bible, and that's where Jesus is going to come back. So if you wipe out all the Palestinians tomorrow, they'll be happy about it. John Hagee, another one of these fundamentalist pastors, has said repeatedly, in fact, Glenn Beck of all people asked him this question, if we could get peace in the Middle East tomorrow by doing the 1967 borders, would you be in favor of it? He said no. I would not be in favor of it. I would not be in favor of a two-state solution because that's not what God wants. So they're actively in favor of bloodshed. They're actively in favor of pain and in favor of war on this earth, which, if you really think about it, seems to be the opposite of the majority of the New Testament Jesus message. But that, I'm sure, goes right over their heads. And notice, let me make 2 more points about this real fast. First, I always forget who came up with this quote, but it's so true. If you talk to God, you're religious. If God talks to you, you're schizophrenic. That's what this guy reminded me of. I went to heaven for 8 hours. To be specific, it was 8 hours and 21 minutes. I went shopping with Elvis. I tried to get a BJ from Marilyn Monroe. I saw a Richard Pryor stand-up. I mean, come on, man. Who says that? And here's the second point, which is linked here. If a Muslim were to say the same things about Allah, if a Hindu were to say similar things, if a Mormon or a Scientologist or anybody from any other religion were to say similar things to this with specifics of their religion, we all mock it. And we're all like, look how silly that is, talking about the Greek gods and how they spoke to the Greek gods, talking about the Roman gods, how he spoke to the Roman gods. We'd be like, what are you talking about? Like, if Native Americans started doing a dance around a fire at night, doing something with playing music and singing, we'd be like, oh, look how cute, the primitive people pretending to talk to, like, rain gods or whatever. Adorable. But when our guys do it, at least 30% of the country is like, oh, Rick Joyner, tell us more about when you went to heaven. Was it nice? Do they have the premium cable package there? I can't wait to get there. Why is it that when it's others, it's stupid and we rightfully dismiss it? When it's our people in the U.S., the majority religion, people take it seriously. No, they are all wrong, and let's treat it like they are all wrong.